Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, March 16th, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll have a Time for Change call tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line. We're going to talk about the eradication of the lower dark matter frequencies on this planet. When you begin to realize that there is no such thing as right or wrong, there's just experience. And of course, we've been trained in physical to guided towards, well, this is wrong and this is right. It's an experience. The universe is divinely intelligent, and it never, ever, ever makes a mistake. Every thought and feeling that each of us have is the fuel to fire up our spiritual awakening. Simply allow for each experience. Give it space. It will quiet your mind, open your heart. Each experience is guided to help you dive deeper inside yourself so that one magical day you will discover your divinity. Knowing this is the path, it becomes so exciting to welcome any experience. What experience are you having right now? Can you imagine that this is God communicating with you in a mysterious way? Life has never been this exciting. A lot of people will ask, what is my soul's purpose? What am I doing here? Why am I in this body? Life is a mystery. The more you understand it, the more mysterious it becomes. The purpose of our souls is multidimensional, multisensual, multi-orgasmic. Even though there are perhaps an infinite wonderful reasons why we were born into these bodies on this magical planet, there is one single purpose for our lives that encompasses them all. This purpose gives our souls direction and makes our hearts sing and our soul's sweetest song into the universe. By finding our soul's purpose, we become aligned with our highest power and creativity and can experience how easy it is to manifest anything you want in this world. This purpose expands our hearts and minds, opening us to experience the amazing multidimensional beings that we all truly are. We will know that when we've discovered the main purpose of our soul, because it will instantly enlighten our approach towards the world and our attitudes with existence. We will feel unstoppable in all that we do, as our creative juices will be constantly pouring through us. We will wake up in the morning and the sky will seem more blue. The grass is greener, the air fresher. Our hearts will feel lighter, bigger, and overflowing with love. Our soul's mission is that powerful, and it will automatically light up the path for our future, so we can always see which decision to take whenever we come across a fork in this life's road. You take yourself to be limited, but you are not. Discover this. Stay silent and attentive. Be earnest about it. Just be aware of your being here and now. Reality will find you. So let's begin by first welcoming in the foundation for the magical mindset of discovering our soul's purpose. For this first step, I invite all of us to exponentially expand our creative imaginations around the idea for the next year of your life. You have a magic genie who has given you unlimited access to all the money, love, creativity, and time that your heart desires. There is no limit as to what you can be, do, have, experience, and create in your life. This is your year to truly go for it. Live out all of your greatest dreams. Yes, now take several hours to sit down and write a great detail exactly what you're going to do, be, and manifest every month for the next year of your life. When you're brainstorming, remember one thing. Every soul on this planet is extremely unique. The paths each of us choose to take are totally perfect and needed for our soul's biggest lessons. We are all explorers on an infinite journey, learning how to really enjoy our mind, body, and this life. There are no wrong choices along the road to enlightenment, for the existence of the soul is eternal and has an infinite number of attempts to discover its real purpose and mission here. We are always guided by the highest creative intelligence in this universe. So ultimately, if we can truly listen, we simply cannot fail. We all have our own individual ways of creating happiness and doing what makes us fall into a state of bliss. We are not just here to get our needs met. We are here to celebrate this existence and experiment with the most creative and extraordinary ways to reach the divine. One of the main reasons why many of us don't feel aligned with our soul's purpose is because we are afraid of it. We are caught in a busy, practical world that doesn't have time for playing with our creative imagination. We are overly distracted by our problems, worries, practical and personal concerns, issues, and memories from the past, or fears about the future. We simply don't make enough time for ourselves to dream and explore who we truly are and what we deeply desire. The moment that we can let go and trust in this universe, life will unwaveringly guide us, and then we can devote ourselves to living freely and fully in this very moment of our lives. We then discover a natural passion and desire for life again, which brings our sole purpose and mission to the forefront. If love be not the law of our being, the whole of my arguments falls to pieces. Gandhi. The second step towards revealing our soul's purpose is about learning how to focus the mind in one single direction. As long as the mind is jumping around and being distracted and scattered, it is leaking energy and cannot deliver us to our greatest destination. Every time we focus our attention in one single direction for a given length of time, the mind quiets down, the body becomes centered, and a calmness enters the core of our being. We feel more grounded, conscious, aware, and in tune with our spiritual essence. This step shifts our minds into very expansive realm where our highest purposes can be seen, felt, and fully realized. Training the mind to stay focused is one single direction. It can be like taming a wild monkey who just broke into the town's liquor store. No matter what we do, the mind will attempt to rebel to find excitement, stimulation, and more unsatisfying distractions. It is not until we surrender the mind to the source of our being, the heart of reality, that we find true clarity and inner peace. When we can consistently redirect the mind inwards instead of outwards, having only one mission and direction in sight, we naturally end up falling into the most enlightened experience we can have. The heart instantly lights up the path for us to experience the divine light of our being and our greatest soul purpose for being here. Always remember in your heart that all is well and everything is unfolding as it should. There are no mistakes anywhere at any time. What appears to be wrong is simply your own false imagination. That's all. Robert Adams. The third step to uncovering your soul's purpose is to know deep down that you are a very, very, very powerful, magical, manifesting being. The instant you feel strongly about a certain desire, the universe starts working overtime at bringing it into manifestation. All of your life's greatest dreams and fantasies want to find a way into your life. The universe is designed to bring our ultimate manifestation to us in a magical, effortless way. When we hold a super strong intention towards creating what we want, we're sending the loudest signal out into the universe, and it responds accordingly. This universe always supports us in our progress towards reaching our dreams. And so, ultimately, we can trust in it, and we simply cannot fail. This universe has no other choice than to bring our desires to us. As long as we don't give up, shift gears to focusing on a different desire, our dreams are destined to come our way in an unexpected hour. The fourth step towards finding our soul's purpose is learning how to master the mind. This manifests through creating a long-term habit of really listening and paying attention to the mind by observing it from a greater distance. It's like watching the cinema show, from the back row instead of the front row. You're able to see the bigger picture of what's actually happening on a greater dimension without forgetting that it is all a show. This practice will allow each of us to remain peaceful, quiet, and centered inside. Every minute that we are able to observe our minds without attachment or judgment to their story, we're training our wild, crazy monkey mind to listen to us instead of us getting caught up in it. When the mind is finally trained, we can simply tell it to unmask our soul's purpose and reveal the greatest treasures inside of us. We become the inner authority and master of our existence. The progress you see on revealing your soul's mission may take some time. So be patient, not in a hurry, with the process. And know that you are cultivating the greatest experience your life can have. Think about it as if you're climbing Mount Everest. It requires loads of planning, time, support, equipment, and a huge level of determination if you honestly wish to reach the summit. When you do finally reach the peak, you'll be amazed. You'll feel deeply at peace with your life and know without a doubt why you are here. You'll be intimately in touch with that power inside you to manifest anything you want into your world. From this place of mind mastery, the peak soul summit in all its glory will present itself to you. Your soul's purpose will be clearly revealed, and the greatest conscious source of energy inside you will come through your life naturally and fully. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I know that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, relax that body that you're in. Always relaxing the body. And we do this through our breath. And our breath is sacred. It's divine sacred energy, because the soul, the God, enters the body, powers the body. The lungs start to operate, air is taken in to sustain the body, so us gods inside these bodies can enjoy them. And when you're breathing, you breath in through the nose very easily and slowly, and you breath out through the mouth very easily and slowly. And as you do this, you leave the mind, the ego, and the subconscious mind alone. Your mind chatter is gone. Your 60,000 plus thoughts have stopped. You're only in the now. And all those thoughts that we have, tens of millions of them that fly by us like clouds in the sky, they're not ours. Stop. But remember, the ego mind does not want you in the now. Because in the now, the ego mind doesn't exist. So it gives you the opportunity to watch the ego mind, subconscious mind, so that you can master. They become an asset instead of a slave driver. And as you continue to focus on your breath, the breath is the now. It's existing. You're not thinking. You're not in emotionality. You're just being in the very moment to moment. And of course, we've been so habitualized as a civilization to feel uncomfortable in the beginning with that. Why am I doing this? I could be doing something. I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything. I'm not, I got to go. I got to get going. I got to do that. That's the ego mind coming in. We have been trained to seek everything that we desire outside of ourselves when it's all inside. We have been taught that we're supposed to go after everything. If we want to get something, we've got to go after it. Nothing comes to you. You have to go to it. And quite frankly, that is untrue. Everything comes to us in the now. You focus on one thing, one, not a dozen, one thing in clarity and detail from your heart mind. You focus on it with deep trust in yourself, deep trust in the universe, and total doubtless, no doubt. And you're in detail and you describe it and you say, universe, this is what I want. And you leave it alone. Tough part is wanting to revisit it all the time and wonder, when you revisit it, you start gaining expectations, and then what happens is that those expectations get in the way of the actual abundance that's flowing your way. And then it doesn't seem to happen. And then we get more frustrated, and then we get more in our way, and it completely negates it. It's kind of like, do you want the light of abundance from the universe that flows to all of us? Do you want it to shine over you or on you? Because when we drop down, it shines over us, not on us. That's our choice. Now, with being in the now, of course, we have this pulling sometimes that wants to take us out of it, wants to get us, go in the future, go in the past. And the easy thing to do is that when that happens, we just say to ourselves, I'll focus on my breath and I'll be in the now 3,000% of the time, which is every time. And it does take practice. Not many people can stay in the now for very long periods of time, even for a minute, because the ego mind is busy. It's busy, creating all kinds of stuff. How many times have you felt, maybe you have, I don't, you only know, oh, I can't sit here and meditate. I got to get busy doing things. I got things to do. And by going within and focusing on the breath and staying in the now is when you're going to discover that you're a magnet of abundance, prosperity, all of it. This is where you discover everything about who and what you are, the God within. Doesn't it make sense that you start turning the corner and say, why would I pay any more time outside of myself? Why would I do that? I already know where that goes or where it leads to. I've experienced it. Now I'm going to experience the journey within. It is imperative that every one of us stay in gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness with ourselves at all times. You know why? Because when we're not, our frequencies are low. When you come down on yourself, your frequencies drop. And there's no reason to. All of us are experiencing. That's one of the parts we came here to do, experience. Also, to be in the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest. Eternal gratitude. And I'm not saying at times it's challenging, because it can be on how you view things. Be in gratitude that you're breathing, right? And then you smile, and be in gratitude that you can smile. And then you're eating, be in gratitude that you can eat. Or when you have a pain, be in gratitude that you're actually experiencing a pain because you're in a body to be able to experience that pain. And when things get a little skewed, so to speak, and you feel anger starting to bubble up about something, or frustration, or irritation, you literally direct massive amounts of love at that, directly at it. And just visualize it through your heart, mind being totally permeated with your love, of which you are. You'd be amazed what happens. Or you wander off and you start thinking about something or someone, how they wronged you or did something, and it bubbles up. And you start feeling that drop, that energy drop, that frequency drop, and then you just totally saturate it with love. Love, 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 love. Keep saying love, 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 love. And it'll dissipate. Now, when you look in the body, you're not the body. None of us are the body. So many people on this planet believe they're the body. We are not the character. We are not the name. We're not the personality. We're not our status in this life. We're the God. That's what we are. So when you look in the body, you see 7 lights. And those lights go from the tailbone to the top of the head. Now, each one's a different color. And they're really deep and bright, not like the colors on this planet. And on this planet, they're known as chakras. And chakra, the definition of chakra, is wheel. These are wheels of light. They're spirit etheric energy. We, the gods, are spirit etheric energy. It's omnipotently powerful. So we flow through these bodies, and we have an intimate connection. We bring our God energy DNA into the body that fills the place markers. When we leave the body, that goes with us. So every anomaly, every tissue, every organ, every blood cell, all the way down to the atom and the quantum quark, we know these bodies we're in. And eventually, as the journey within will lead you, guide you to discovering that you are the power of healing of that body you're in. Doesn't it make sense? Why wouldn't we be? Now picture yourself standing and looking at 3 paths. You're in the center one, which is the now. One on the left is the past, one on the right is the future. They all 3 of them look very similar. You see that the trees have formed a canopy over each path, and they're gold and shimmering. The leaves are gold and shimmering, the bark, the branches, everything. And the path itself appears to be a vibrant, brilliant, emerald green flaming grass. Appears to be grass. Now, there is one thing that you do notice. You say that the one on the left, the past, looks really worn, and the one on the right, future, also looks really worn. But this one here, the center one, the now, almost looks brand new. So we all go in the past. There's not one of us that doesn't, whether we do it consciously or unconsciously. But we reminisce. Something, a song, a drive, a walk, something comes up and sparks it. And you kind of sit back, you reminisce, you embrace it, how wonderful it was, and how much you enjoyed it, and how spectacular it was. We also sometimes will visit the not so spectacular, the ones that we experienced and we don't care to experience again. And we do all this, we have this subconscious mind library, so to speak, right? And it's vast. It has all of our past lives, our present, our current life, our future lives, and our present lives, and a lot of other things from other people. It copies everything. Everything the ego mind it comes up with, it copies. It plays it back. Now, we'll go in there, we'll turn on the light, we'll go to the shelves, and we'll grab a few movies and some books and pictures, and we'll sit in an easy chair, watch the movies, review the books, and look at the pictures. And you know how wonderful that was, and I really enjoyed that. But we put it all away. We don't stay there very long. We put it all away, and then we turn off the light, shut the door, and leave. Move forward in life. And on occasion, revisit. But some of us, And I don't believe it's conscious. I believe it's unconscious. We'll stay there so long that we end up taking that past, bringing it into a future that doesn't exist, creating that future from that past, and reliving that past and that future. This is why a lot of people will say, no matter what we do, we always end up here. We all go into the future, but most of us don't know that we're creating the future in the now. But we still go there. We want to know things. Sometimes we get frustrated. We want to know, when the heck is this going to happen? Or when the heck am I going to be healthy enough to enjoy my life? When am I going to have enough money to enjoy my life? When am I going to meet my lifelong romantic partner? And there's a lot of things that we ask, we ask, and we ask, and we ask. But we don't get any answers, so we seek external authority, advice, okay, from others. And we're told certain things. And, we can choose to believe them or take them like a grain of sand. And then some of us to choose to believe them, and then when the time comes, well, in this certain period of time and this and that, you're going to experience this. But when you don't, you suffer because you're disappointed. You're let down. So staying in the now, everything happens in the now. Creating your future happens in the now. All right? Visitation of the past and drawing on past for certain things and reminders to help us. But the now is absolute. It's to be there all the time. And be amazed on what starts to form or transform. And to higher and higher frequency, more deep peace, contentment. All of a sudden the wanting seems to disappear. Now, the gods that we are enter these bodies, power them up, and we are the heaven. Heaven isn't a place. All of us are heaven. The gods that we are. The body is earth. Heaven on earth. And every step we take, we create paradise, literally on this planet. That's what's going on. Not only that, we shine our God force, love, light, energy, which we're made of within these bodies, everywhere. And some of us, before we choose to leave these bodies, may discover that when we leave the body and we enter the sacredness of space, we will know that we are the light. The light is the love that we're made of. It's the highest, supreme vibrational frequency. There's nothing higher. So so we know this, right? As the gods in our form, our energy form, pure consciousness, why would we follow another light? A tunnel of light, or a light that appears in front of us, or a light that chases us. Why? That's one of the matrix traps in this universe, one of the traps. Now, being consciously aware means that we know, emphatically so, with total trust and no doubt, that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. So we're a God planet paradise that glows. 8 billion humanoid forms. And then we have all the other forms. We were taught that trees are life. No, the God enters the tree, gives the tree energy, so the tree can sustain the God, so the God can experience the tree. It's the same with any form, any object on this planet. We're in it, or above it or below it, that we choose to experience that physical form. Pretty nifty. So if you were to take a starship off planet, you go out far enough so that this planet looks like a basketball, and you'll see that it glows. Not only that, you'll notice all the lights around in the universe pale in comparison. They look like lit candles in a dark room. Dim, dim, dim. Now we know that we have parts of us, the gods that we are, that are asleep. They will awaken when they choose to awaken. We deeply love them, no different than the parts of us that are awake, that we deeply love them. Because they're part of us, part of who we are, what we are. So the ones that are consciously aware to a certain extent awake, and this is all in one ball, this is all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And the numbers, really not countable. You can take a guess, say a googolplex. One googolplex fills this universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. And there's trillions of googolplexes, trillions of directions, trillions of universes, endless. Now this is the archangels, cherubim, seraphim archetypes. Ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Medantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. All the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. All of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. All the off-worlders, galactics, and celestials. Now, light energy beings, this planet, because of the eyes we have of these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. We don't see the light spectrums, the red, the infrared, the violet, the ultraviolet, the blue, the ultra-blue, the green, the ultra-green, so on and so forth. They're there. They're there. They are there. But we are familiar with a group that these bodies we're in is totally dependent on. Fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the magics, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood. The mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many others. Now ask your body that you're in, can you function? Can you sustain me, the God that I am within you, without air, without water, without fire, without earth, without ether, without wood? And the answer is no. And this is something that we overlook as a species and civilization, how dependent we are on the elementals. Do we ever think about that? Not much. Well, we do when we are in deep gratitude. Now, the ascended masters, they have ascended into physical form, have mastered physical form, have ascended out of physical form, hold pure consciousness God form. We've ascended into physical form. We are in the process of mastering physical form. We are creating our experiences to perfect our creation. The archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, the archetypes. This is a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But the God within them and the God within us is one. Now, we do meet with them, but it's not like we plan it, of course. It's just happenstance. We run into somebody we don't know and we start talking and you have a conversation, or someone that comes by to help you with something out of the clear blue, a lot of things. Or one's in a car and makes you make a different decision so that you're out of harm's way. Lots of things happen. So that body you're in is out of harm's way. And we know most of the time, it's usually after the interaction, that was an angel. And you feel a little bliss. They have a message. They have many messages. The main message is they send it in many different ways through many different lifetimes. And bottom line is, isn't it absolutely magnaglorious, stupendous, splendiferous to be alive in these bodies? And it is. It's just that we don't have a reference point. We've got kind of like a deficit. We get zapped coming in, so we lose our memory, and we are in amnesia, so we really don't know. How spectacular to be in these bodies and to be able to, what? Make love, kiss, hold hands, laugh, cry, eat, drink, smile, laugh. I mean, it's endless the things we experience in this physical form. And all the things we see through our eyes, and all the things we take in, and all the interactions throughout our lives. We don't have any of that as God's outside the body. We're a pure ball of energy. You see? Then you start thinking. Then you start going, wow, I'm going to start really concentrating on being in deep gratitude that I have this body to experience physical life, no matter what the body's doing. They can surround any one of us at any one time. In the tens of thousands, tens of millions. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. And you want them to surround you, ask them. Blink of the eye, they'll be there. And you'll be in bliss. Now the off-worlders. Celestials, galactics. Over 1,000 species, civilizations travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. And you could say every day or all the time. We're familiar with a small group. Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, felines, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilians, Golden Pyramid, Avion. This particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Now, it doesn't matter in the event that you perceive, because these bodies they trick us because we think we're separate, but we're not. We're all parts of the God experiencing different parts. It's phenomenal. And all of us focused on this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, for its complete liberation, no sloppiness of all lower dark matter, surviving matter frequencies. In full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. all of us, no matter where we appear to be, are one. And all of us are love. And all of us are God. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, grow, and expand. We immediately form a massive white fire circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This circle of white fire light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 trillion billion suns to even come close to its brightness. And this brightness emanates from what? Love. What are we? Love. What are we made of? Love. It's the highest frequency. There's no higher. And we're flooding this planet. By flooding it, we're flooding and saturating and permeating it with the love that we're made of. And this is what gives off such a brilliant light. There's no escaping it. There's no hiding from it because it is everywhere. Smallest crack, cranny, nook, whatever, is being permeated and saturated with the love that we are all made of. Infinity and beyond. Now we begin to ascend above the planet. As we do, we're met with this massive ocean of glitter. Not like you would depict on this planet. This is way beyond that. It's about the closest we can come is to describe the ocean of glitter, is that we have this massive grand finale fireworks display, massive grand finale laser light show display, and then this ballroom globe mirrored. It reflects all light everywhere, splashes it everywhere. Except this one happens to be 1 trillion times larger and 1 trillion times more intense. So you combine all of those through your heart-mind motion picture, and a great crescendo occurs. And this is such a spectacular view, it's about as close as it comes to describing the ocean of glitter. Now we're curious, so we go to the reflective points of this ocean of glitter. We notice these little tiny microscopic mirrors perfectly etched, and we enter them. And we discover that all of us, right now, in this very moment, this very now, are learning and teaching from each other, infinity and beyond. We learn from everything. We're also teaching. And you can't do this through the ego mind. It's done through the heart mind. Your pets, right? Other people, trees, rocks, birds, you name it. All teaching and learning. There's people that have said, you know, I sat and watched a tree for an hour. That might sound silly to some people. So what? But I sat and I watched a tree for an hour. And I learned a lot about myself. See, we're so caught up in this external world that the grandest show of all is the show within us, the understanding, the comprehension of who and what we are. And all this time, we've been seeking outside of ourselves. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all the gods that we are within these bodies, that we are the power of healing. We're then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all the gods that we are within these bodies of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is the column of light to remind us all from head to toe, inside and out, that we are protected, infinity and beyond, with this white fire armor. Now, it's not like the armor you would depict on this planet, way beyond that. And it emanates from the God Force Love Light energy within each and every one of these bodies that we're in. It is the highest of all frequencies. It cannot be penetrated. Can't be compromised. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequency can do anything with it, because it has to leave it alone. It's got to stay away from it, because if it doesn't stay away from it, it'll be vaporized. So we're protected forever. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, anger, fear, greed, revenge, hurriedness, envy, manipulation, you will create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then, there's possibility of demon possession, attachments, all kinds of things. Now, if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a double column of light. First part of this column is the purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they're no more. Then we have the second part of this column of light, the violet ray. We created this part of the column of light to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor and restoring our harmony, our vibrational harmony, to the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created, the gods that we are within these bodies, to remind us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the trees, the forests, the soils, the animals, the mountains, the skies, the clouds. We're everything. Everything is us. See, we've been taught that we're these bodies and that everything's external and separate from us. So, we look at a tree and the tree's separate, right? No. What about the sunsets or any of them? Well, no. So through the heart-mind, the next time that you see a sunrise or sunset, rainbow, starry lit night sky, that is the God that I am. Through the heart-mind, not the head, not the ego mind. That is the God that I am. It shifts all the energies. It identifies you as one with everything. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us step out of our physical form if we're carrying physical form. We do this because it is fun and we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. Now, in the center of the column, we see this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this golden white bowl of light. It, in turn, is surrounded by numerous multicolored rings of light that seem to go to infinity and beyond. These are creating this super bright, massive cloud misty formation with sparkles and kind of electrical arcs and everything. And it's just beautiful. And it's absorbed into the heart mind. It's like a warm embrace that never ends. We discover that the golden white bowl of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes well-being, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, stupendous prosperity, and stupendous abundance. And we discover that all of this is a reflection of the gods that we are within these bodies. Now, at the top of this column, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing right now, infinity and beyond. This is this golden ocean. It is deep, pure, eternal love, the highest frequency. And it is flooding, permeating, saturating this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it, 24/7, infinity and beyond. And we are all drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We created this sphere over 4 years ago. It holds over 1,800 of our meditations in perpetual motion every day. Hundreds of millions of us focused on this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya. In this now, flooding it with the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. Head to toe, inside and out, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. That's why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever continues to grow, intensify, and expand. Any of us can tap into it. It is constant. It doesn't come and then leave. It is always. Shine the light of consciousness into your unconsciousness, and you will illuminate your soul. Right now, there is a massive amount of hidden, unknown, buried material in our unconsciousness. Sometime today, for 30 minutes, bring your awareness into your unconsciousness. And how do you do this? Sit in a dark room. Close your eyes. Relax deeply into your belly and body. Allow any thought to arise that may be hidden beneath the surface. When they do, the instant they enter your mind, imagine you're shining a bright golden spotlight on them immediately. However, this light is so powerful, it incinerates the thought, and they dissolve instantly, giving more space for you inside. During this exercise, know that you are safe here, no matter what you experience. Even though you may see nothing and feel nothing, stay present in the void. You may feel your entire body and mind have disappeared. Simply remain present and aware that consciousness is always here. So join in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Be still. For today, imagine the most exotic, heavenly, healing home of your dreams. Design it in your mind in great detail. Picture the layout of the land, the size of the home, the structure, interior, and decorations. Perhaps you have an outdoor pool, sauna, hot tub, personal massage parlor. This is your fantasy home, so make it the most exotic version you can fathom. Now imagine your dream home is inside your heart. Actually visualize it there. See yourself in it, feeling safe and secure here. Know that you can leave or return to this palace at any time. Merge with the energy you feel in your heart center and relax into it. Rest and receive any awesome healing energy that comforts you. This space is extraordinary. An indescribable abundance and joy exists here that will spread all throughout your life. Abide in your heart's inner fantasy, sanctuary today, and carry it inside you wherever you may go. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night and following morning. We will return here tonight at 9 p.m. for the Time for Change call. And tomorrow, Thursday, March 17th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.